we are back. Welcome back to Pro Bikini News Network. I'm your host, Don Algandi, and in today's video, we're going to be recapping this past weekend shows, and we're going to be previewing the Legion Sports Festival. First of all, congratulations to Allison Testu on qualifying for the Olympia. I know it's been since the past 3 years. She's been trying to get back to qualifying. I wish I could talk about that show, but that European show didn't have pictures. They had videos and stuff with the show, but I will say this: there was one girl from that show that I was really impressed with. Let me pull her up. I just learned that it was her debut, but I was like, wow, this is really impressive. Can't remember her name. I think she's from Norway. So makes me think about Marine Blanquisco a bit. Let me see here. Let me share. Nadia. That's her name. I mean, I'd never seen her before, but I did see another page talk about her, and I was like, oh, it was her debut. But she just turned pro, I think, in like Sweden. And when I look at her, I think of like a taller Marine. I mean, I'm just picturing, imagine Maureen Blanquisco, but 5'5". You're getting this out of her. And like longer torso, longer legs. She has a great look. I mean, she gets fourth in her debut against someone who's, well, actually, no, how many are Olympians? 2 of them. I think the girl that got her pro card from, I think, Poland, that show, did her debut and got third. And Lorena got fifth, so I was right about that. I'm going to go over my predictions. And I just do these predictions for fun, by the way. It's not to insult or disrespect any pros. But honestly, she has a great look. Like, I'm hoping she does one of those European shows and, qualifies. But I feel like some of these girls got to get over and get used to the criteria here, just like Maureen did, if she's anything like her. But that's truly incredible. Anyways, we'll stop sharing that. I wanted to go over Optimum first because I was kind of like some of those girls that we see, like Brittany Gillespie, who I think top 2, top 3, maybe winning the show. She placed 6th, and Sierra, who's a perennial Olympia, placed low. Chantal, unfortunately, she had a situation where she lost her luggage and lost her suit, and so she had to borrow a suit. And Tiana, who's in those top 5, I still think she has a lot to grow to, but her being in the bottom half of the call, I was really shocked. And I mean, I didn't agree with a lot of the judging. I'm just going to say this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to call any judge out. They made their call. This is what they see. This is their idea. I feel like the common thing that I saw from Optimum Classic was muscle. And so that's what they liked. That's what they saw. I mean, you had a classic physique, you had a men's physique, and you had women's physique in figure going. So you see a lot of girls with muscle. I think that's kind of what led them. And I always think that, what can you do? But I'm going to go over, there are some videos from Gilco. They did have some of their guys there. So I'm going to go over that. 5th place, we had Sasa. Now, she's been top 5 before. Great look. I just think she needs to fix her front pose. I also would just not be too much red in the makeup, because that's literally what I'm looking at first. Just needs a little more upper glute right here. She has a longer torso, so I just think if she just adjusted a bit, it could really help her physique. Suit's fine. Suit's great. She is an international pro, so hey, this is great that what she's doing, and getting into these shows and seeing what it's like here. From her back, let me go from her back. Here we go. I feel like, yeah, like she could be a little more tighter. Needs upper glutes. She could just kind of relax us a bit. She's kind of like pinching her back right there. I don't know if that's how she's fully posed. Also, hands, maybe because it's from the side, but honestly, has a great look. I like her hair. I just think it needs a little more, especially against some of these girls with the structures that they have. All right. Now, this one was very talked about, and I saw it all over like the media and the Reddit pages. And our 4th place girl was Holly Baxter. Now, don't get me wrong, she has a great look, but I just felt like she was just, wait, I'm going to show you, hold on. Like she has a good look, but I just feel like she's just hard in the front and just needs more glutes in the back. That hairstyle that she has right here, right with like the hair right there, that's called a quiff. I actually learned about this because there was a girl that competed a couple years ago. I think she was from Brazil. I think she won the amateur Arnold. She did the Arnold Classic, but and she won like one or two shows. I forgot her name, but that hairstyle is called a quiff. That's just kind of what she does. Um, I think this is like a pinkish red suit. Like I said, I just feel like from the front she's just too hard and just needs some posing adjustments. Back is good, but just probably needed more glutes. And I'm kind of reading this right here, and she did. I kind of hit the nail on the head. I could look at someone, I can go, yeah, this is lacking the physique. I mean, she is impressive. Don't get me wrong. She's 36 years old, and she's longer and taller. So it's just the growing into that and filling out her frame. But and she's a little wider in the back. I would say that maybe her hair could be darker because it almost looks like her tan. And you don't want to be like light. Light hair, light suit, light skin tone. You kind of have to have like I would. She's done blue in the past. I would stick to that. We have too many reds, so I get it. But this kind of hair color with that suit just doesn't complement her very well. And I just think she just needs to come in fuller and just bring up her glutes a bit. So I just definitely think that's what her issue is. And I mean, hey, first time in the top four, I do commend her. But I just feel like I didn't agree with it. I would have had her probably lower, just based on the other girls that I've seen. All right. Third, we had, I think Gilco's page. It was Kiki Cunningham. I think one of the best she's ever looked. I mean, getting third, it's impressive. Now, her issue is her structure because she's short torso and she works around it. She does pose on both sides, but it's just, I feel like, I mean, she makes her detail around her stand out, but I feel like her core could be better because of her torso. And she had some tanning issues. Obviously, that could be fixed. And hey, I mean, first time in the top three, I'm impressed. But just think a little more tighter in the glutes, just a little more upper glutes. She's got a good look. Makeup's good. Suit's good. She fixed her suit top, and obviously working with that. But I just feel like against some of the top two girls and against some of these lineups, she's in shows with tough lineups, and it's just, can she do well? Can she win a show? It's just going to be all lineup depending on who she's against and who she can outpose and out physique. But yeah, I just feel like upper glutes are a thing, and just structure issues. I mean, that's it. But I do say, hey, I'm proud of her. Best she ever looked, and congratulations to Ben Quill and on Team Pro Ops for their accomplishments. So yeah. Next, wait, okay, Bree. I mean, she keeps getting better every show that she does, and I feel that she's like right there to qualify. And I know she's doing one or two more shows to try to qualify because she's been second all year. Um, One thing I always said is, vascularity. That's just something that's not in her control. But honestly, she could just come in just a little more fuller, and then I feel like she's like really hard in the front and then kind of soft in the back. But honestly, the best she's ever looked in the back, in my opinion, and maybe people agree or they don't agree. I feel like she just needs to just come like just a bit tighter. Maybe she's holding just a little bit of water from what I'm seeing from like her back. But if she just comes in tighter, just nails a great peak, and whoever she's up against, I definitely can say she win. I definitely think she could be on the Olympia stage this year. That is not out of question. It's just, who is she up against and what show is she doing? Because the first two shows, it was against Emmy, who won in San Diego and Wasatch, and then this show, it was against the top Olympian. So she can do well against some of these girls. I actually had her winning this show, but I can see why the first place person got the win, and I don't disagree with it. I mean, I said it was like I'd be happy for either one of them winning as well. I think in her back, she did fix her hair where it didn't have her connector showing out, like peeking through the center of it. So, yeah, definitely think Bree should. What I think she's doing Toronto, I believe, and it's going to be a big show. And whoever's in it, I gotta say, and I think she's going to be one of the front runners to go for the qualification. And so in first place we have Eureka. She is a top Olympian. She did place 12 in, I believe, 2022. Great look. Honestly, very polished. Always has great presentation. It's just, hold on, I'm just gonna let this slide. Um, she does have a thicker waist, but she makes all of her detail around her like where it doesn't become an issue. It just needs to fill out her glutes, and I definitely think that's almost everything everybody says. It just needs to fill up from the front, but because like right here, she just needs to fill out, and maybe the suit, if she could just either fill out or just have more fabric to cover it, so it's not so seen. She's snatched in the back, and like she doesn't have a waist right here, but I honestly think that she can. I mean, she's going to compete again, and we're going to talk about that coming this weekend. But I just definitely think if she can nail it, come with better presentation and confidence, she definitely can do. I would kind of fix a little, maybe if I'm picking out her, just kind of fix the posing a bit. But honestly, great posing, great tie-ins, just needs to fill out more, especially when you're going against some of these girls at the Olympia level as well. But congratulations for her for qualifying again. I mean, she was up in those top spots last year, but it was just, you know, instead of waiting last minute, gets qualified early. So hey, that's great for her, and yeah, happy for Eureka. All right, just went through Optimum. I'm gonna go through Miami. So Miami, I had Ashlyn winning. People would say otherwise. I disagree with that based on what I saw, based off what I've seen. I definitely know that she was just trying to get her qualification early, and it's great because she was third at the Arnold, and some judges had her even winning the show. And then Pittsburgh brought improvement. She just needed a little more legs, and then now she gets her win in Miami, which is great because hold on, water. Now she can take all that time to qualify for Olympia. I mean, Ashton has the best setup to go and be in the top spots. She's been in the first call out. She's been 8th. She's been 6th. Now she has a chance to move up into the spots, but we're going to get to her last. I'm going to go talk about the top 5 girls. They have some of the videos from all of them. So I'm going to go first of all, talk about our 5th place girl, which was Romina. So Romina normally does like a blue suit or teal suit. This is like a reddish suit. She did do pink in New York Pro the first time she won it. She's getting better, but the thing with her is just nailing her conditioning. She has a great look, and obviously just becoming a little tighter. This is a good front pose from her. I would just think a little more legs just to balance out her glutes. She always has great glutes in the back. Shoulders are fine. Sometimes she comes in a little like wash where it's not as full, but this is definitely a good look and definitely great with her new coach with Mike. But I just feel like it's just a matter of when. If she can get back into the rhythm of things and just really nail it, she can get a qualification. And I definitely think she was 3rd in Charlotte, and she's getting back into it. She started off 6th and then gradually it's just gradually getting better, but it just depends on the lineup. And she's been doing this for now over 10 years. So Romina knows what to do and how to adapt. And she's done very well so far. So yeah, I definitely think this is a good front. This is one of the best fronts I've seen. I mean, I did like her Charlotte look a lot more. Just how it bounces out. The Miami weather is always humid. It always is like that. So sometimes people's tan or their hair is messed up, but her hair and her suit, her hair, her tan, everything looks pretty good right here. Now her back, let's go to her back pose. So she's not fully posed here. I do think that she just could be a little more tighter, a little more fuller up here. Great look on her. Just has to make sure that she doesn't look too small up top. So she could definitely just, get a little more pumped up here. Very well balanced physique. Very, she is the most consistent. She's always had the most consistent physique. That's why she's always been, when she's at the Olympia, in the top 10, getting 3rd at the Olympia in 2017. Always top 4, top 5 at the Arnold's. So I definitely think as she keeps going and what she's doing and picks the right show, she can definitely get qualified again and see how it goes. So 4th, we had Allie. Hold on. Go to Allie. Let me exit out of these. Let's go Allie. So Allie got fourth. Let me see. I'm actually going to show the video. She did the blue suit. She's done other suits in the past, but I'm used to seeing her in the red suit. I think they almost blended. It almost blended with the Miami Pro background. I mean, too many red suits. So maybe that's a thing. She did change her red suit to her back to her red suit in finals, and I gotta say, I prefer her in the red. I like the look. The makeup is great. Her hair is beautiful. I just think she just needed to fill out a little more. And she got sixth at the Pittsburgh, so I just think she just needed to fill out her frame a little more. She's short but has longer limbs, longer torso. Great back pose on her. And one issue is sometimes just being tight in her abs. She does look pretty good here. I just think overall could just be a little more fuller. I don't want to say that she was necessarily flat, but just with the three girls ahead of her, she just needed just a little more. Could be a little more tighter right here. But beautiful look on her. Yeah, she did go back to the red suit. Here's her individuals. She has such great stage presence. When she walks out, she's always smiling. You just can't take your eyes off her. And ever since she won junior nats, and then she was just trying to qualify in her first year, and then last year, and then being in the top callouts, she's always one to be looking out for. And I definitely think that if she nails it next time with the right peak with her and Coach Shelby, I definitely think that she can get back into the Olympia again. And I do believe that she has what it takes to qualify again. But yeah, I would just stick with the red suit. I know we have too many reds, but it works for her. I'm used to her. So you don't want to be, especially with so many competitors, you don't want to be lost in a lineup. Obviously want to, pick your signature color, pick the suit that makes you stand out. Like I recognize Allie because of a red suit. I don't recognize if she wore a pink or a purple suit. I'm going to be kind of confused. I mean, if she wore purple, she looked like Courtney King. She almost looks like our current day Courtney King, but I would stick to what you're used to. I would stick to what you're always like. You always see Ashley wear green. You always see Laura Lee wear blue. You always see an Ashlyn Little, who we're going to talk about, wear like a blue or teal suit. Like, pick the color that you're like known for. Pick what you're like. Don't change a thing. I mean, I always say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But whatever. If it's in any other show, do whatever color you want. But stick with what you're good at, especially with some of these lineups with these top judges, like a Becky, like a Sandy, like a Tyler. All right. And then third was Jess Neary from Canada. She was sixth in Wasatch on her debut, and she won Best Poser. Everybody was talking about her all weekend. So the people love you, Jess. Plus, you got great calves. Better than Men's Physique Pro's chicken legs. Great stage presence. I love her hair. I love the suit. She did pink in her first one. It was fine on her. I like this blue suit a lot more. I definitely think she needed a little more tighter in her lower abs. But her back pose is very strong. Just balances out, but just got to make sure that her calves don't overpower her glutes, because that's something that you'd look at. Great delts, great posing. James and her did a great job. Everyone was really impressed with her. But I just feel like for her, she could just kind of fill out, because you kind of see like vascularity right here. It's not really that obvious, but obviously I think she could use just a little more up top to balance with her lower body, because her lower body, if I don't want to say it's an imbalance, but it kind of feels like her lower body's just a slight, like this much bigger than her upper body. But hey, she keeps up the great work, and I definitely think that she can get a qualification as a rookie. She won the North Americans 35, and I don't even think she's 35 at all. But she's doing Toronto next, so I look forward to that show. And then she's got to go against Brie, another Canadian. So we'll see who's the queen of the North. All right. Second was Alice. So I'm getting my eyes used to the dark hair that she has. I'm so used to the light hair in the green suit. I like the green better on her. I mean, reds, like I said, what reds are the theme this year, and pink. Um, I definitely think the humidity in Miami, which is always an issue at this show, it causes people's hair and makeup and tan to get messed up. I feel like her hair just kind of got a little in the back. It was kind of like but it's just the humidity. It's just that's just something that's not in your control. Best you can do is who's a fan. I just think for her, her back pose is really good. Her front, I just think some posing tweaks. Obviously, her and Phoebe are working together on that for the posing portal. Phoebe Hagen. If she can just fix a couple of things there, coming tighter, she's definitely going to be one to go in for win and definitely get her qualification. I definitely think she's close. I mean, she was second in girl power to a top pro and Ariana Brothers, but I definitely think that she's right there to qualify. Just need like I think it's just a little more upper glute. If I was to nitpick anything, beautiful girl, small waist, really well balanced. It's just posing and presentation. I definitely think if she can fix those, like she can get a qualification. And we'll see what happens this weekend at Legion. Alrighty. So our winner is Ashlyn. Definitely one of the more improved Ashlyns. She did get her legs up to match. I definitely love the blue suit, the hair, the makeup. Honestly, spot on for her. Um, I think in Pittsburgh, her shoulders was just a little too big. Where that's where I was looking at that first before looking at her lower extremity. She has worked on that, refined her physique, and I definitely will say that I definitely think that she could go to the Olympia and be third, fourth, and be in the top spots to go for the title. I mean, I could definitely see her moving up from sixth place last year, and she's definitely a contender. She's definitely someone that people have to look out for. So I feel like in her back pose, like a little more legs, she could use just a little more. I mean, calves are not a thing, but like I think if she just has a little more calves, it's just like I'm not just looking at just glutes only. I would look at like how the physique mounts. Her tie-ins are great. Her glutes are like one of the best in the whole bikini division. Waist is small, waist tight. She does have a shorter torso, but she poses so well and she brings a great presentation every time that she's on stage. So you kind of like she's not someone that you're gonna forget about in the lineup. She's very memorable, and I definitely think that from here on to the Olympia, if that's her plan, just I think that is her true plan. Just she wanted to get her qualification and then shut it down for the Olympia, and getting this early and not doing any other shows and just going for that. You're in Las Vegas, you have Torture Gym with you, you got core nutritionals with you, you have all the tools to win. And I definitely think her and Cash are going to bring something great and be in those top spots and be a contender to not just be a top five girl. She was like open, oh, I can just be fifth place at least. No, you can actually be third, fourth, or even higher. I definitely say that Ashton should believe that more than ever in the past. And I just want to say congratulations to her. I definitely think she's going to be in one of those spots against, your Amy's, your Vanya's, your Laura Lee's. So we'll see how it all goes. It's just going to depend in about 20 weeks out now. All right. So let's get this list for Legion. Oh yeah, I actually wanted to mention one thing for Legion. Shanique Grantsmake is coming back, which I'm excited for because that was actually one of my favorite like physiques. Honestly, hold on, let me pull this up. She was honestly one of my favorite like women's physique competitors ever. Out next to Juliana Malacarne and Danilyn Bailey. Honestly, like if I always thought if her physique was ever on a classic or an open guy, like with her X frame, they honestly would have been an 8-time Mr. Olympia. I mean, she's one of 4 women to ever say that they won their Olympia on their first one on their debut, next to Corey Everson, Linda Murray, and Ashley Kay. She won the Arnold on her first one and the Olympia in her first one at 23 years old. She's the youngest ever to win the Olympia in her debut. I mean, people forget how good she really was. Now, this is a whole different division for wellness. I'm not going to cover wellness because I feel like the same girls from Optimum are doing it again. And I would say, you know, I mean, whatever happens, regardless, this is just all going to be a learning experience for her. She has worked on her physique. She has brought down her upper body from what I'm seeing in videos and photos. But now it's going to be, you're on stage, you're going to be in heels. You haven't been on stage for 5 years. So now it's going to be like, okay, you understand what you got to do. You're working with this coach that specializes in wellness. Definitely see what she's going to look like. She is a taller girl. She's about 5'7", so she's definitely putting in the work, and we'll see how that goes. But honestly, I'm very happy for her. I mean, her routine was insane. Let me try to get this. Let me pause this for a moment. I normally would not talk about other divisions outside of bikini, wellness, and fit model, but this is honestly one of the most impressive physiques ever. This was when she won for the second time in 19. Like, men should really take note of how to like get a physique like that. I mean, the delts are crazy. Like when I see a good routine, like a Terrence Ruffin or like a what's her name, the one in um Rachel Daniels. I just watch art in motion. Like I feel like the artistry and the creativity is like really, and how they like do everything in the routine. It's insane. I mean, her back is insane. Like, like all the guys should really take know how to train back with her. I don't know if that's something she does anymore in wellness, but that is incredible. She's like a female flex wheeler. I mean, John Meadows used to coach her, so um, one of the most gifted genetic athletes I've ever seen. I mean, seeing in person is just unreal. I think the routine's almost done. Yeah, I mean that's insane. How her lats go into her waist. Yeah, that's incredible. But anyways, good luck to her. I'm excited to watch it. I'm definitely getting the pay per view. I actually gonna probably buy it after this episode. So we'll see. It's only $30, so we'll see how that goes. But kind of wanted to get into Legion. Let's do this. Oh wait, I gotta see my picks. I forgot my picks. I guarantee I dropped the ball on some of them. So Optimum, 71%. Chantel was 13th. That really screwed me up. Sasa, I had her 10th. She got 5th. I wasn't so off here. Like one placings, two placings for some of them. I would have had maybe like, so Brittany was 6. I would have had her up there based on what I saw. I would have had her in the top spots. I would have had Tiana, Ilaria, Marioli, Sierra up in the top spots. Sasa was pretty good. I mean, I don't disagree with that. Poland, I only got Allison and Lorena right. I mean, I don't know. Alina had up there, but she dropped. Octavia didn't play. Octavia Maza was lower, and Antania got lower, but and Valeria was in the bottom half. So man, I mean, I don't know what some of these shows. Honestly, Anna was 5th, and then where's Miami? Rachel Oberst messed me up. I would always think that she's a top 10 girl. Fato and I forgot the other girl. They impressed me. Leslie and Christy were, I think, 12 and what 13 and 14. Rhoda was eighth. Jess really did very well. China was sixth. So I did better in Miami because I had less people right and placings were not really that off. Except my worst was Rachel. But I thought Jess really showed up and really was impressive. So I'm going to delete these and we're going to do Legion. We'll get back to it, but I'm going to talk about all the competitors. I'm not going to go over the ones who I've seen already compete. Let's see here. Okay. Got 18 girls here. Kimber's back. Erin He's making her pro debut. She did the Olympia Amateur. I think she's Rihanna's posing client. Judith from Mexico. Erica DeVera, she's been like top 4, top 5. Savannah, she's an Olympian. Brittany, Peyton, Eureka, and I would say Eureka and Alice are front runners to win. So Kimber, like she starts off really good and then kind of like fades to like the bottom half and sometimes doesn't place, but I just think it's kind of a structure thing. She in the front, she has higher lats. She's like over 5'8". I think it's because her hip bones are more wider. That's kind of what hurts her in the front. But she's a beautiful girl, sweet girl. I just feel like what the lineups that she's in really hurts her sometimes. Let's see, go back. Let's go. She's been third, fifth place before. Let's see, Erica DeVera. Is it Livable DeVera? I always like when I try to find her, I always get the name messed up. She's been fourth, fifth sometimes. I just think she just needs to be more tighter in her front. Just kind of needs to fill out in her back. See if I can get a last show from her. Probably have to find an NPC News online, but she's one I'd say we have to look out for. I'd say that she could be in those top spots. Erin Cahey. Is it Aaron or Erin? She actually did this show as an amateur and now she's making her pro debut here. Honestly, beautiful girl. I love her hair. I like her suit on his. She has shorter glutes. I just think she just needs a little more glutes. Tighter in her waist. She's snatched in the back. Yeah, this is a good look in the front right here. I just think if she go back. I just think if based on what her debut is going to go on, I just think snatched. She just needs to be better in the waist and just a little more glue, which I think she's been working on. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, I can say that she could be someone that places. I don't know top 5 is going to be possible here with this lineup here. I think she's better when she poses on this side. Actually, this was this year. So yeah, if she brings this, I definitely think it's going to be very competitive. Judy, this is one I'm looking out for. So she did the World Classic last year after Junior Nats, and I was just wondering who is this girl? Like she's like wow. The pink suit looks great on her. She is from Mexico, and her and Reina are like really good friends. Reina Perez. I really think that Mexico is going to have a lot of great athletes this year with her. Reina, Ellie Fernandez, Carla, who's the universal overall winner. Although she lives in USA, and I forgot that one girl. It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna get back to it, but I can't remember. She got fifth in Texas Bernadette show. She's from Virginia. I don't remember her name. She has a really long name. I think her name is. Oh yeah, Gavi. I think she's going to compete within June, but Gavi has a great look. Let me see for her last show. I just felt like for her it was just fixing her front pose. Oh. But I definitely say that Reina and Judy and all these they're going to have to be like killing some people. If they when they nail it, they're about to be beating a lot of people out. I think that show was long ago. She does post a lot of training videos. Let's see, it's going to take a while. Keep scrolling. And she just recently got married. So congratulations to you, Gavi. Felicidades. There we go. Yeah, honestly, beautiful look. Honestly, could fix her hair. But hopefully she can come back and definitely be in that like top spots again. It's just think here from her, but she has a beautiful look. But I definitely think that girl from Mexico is going to do very well. But let's talk about Judy. So she did, I think, couple shows last year. She was third. That was one of her best placings ever. Uh, she did Atlanta, I believe, and I think that was it for her. Anything in the back? I mean, that is great, like genetics. That is great glue genetics. The tie-ins. I think her and Rain are like that dynamic duo that goes out and starts beating everybody up. And Rain is a top Olympian and one of the best international pros right now, and she's won two shows in US now. I definitely think that Judy could be second, third at this show. Second through fifth, and like third, I'd say third, fourth, fifth at least. Like she has great stage presence. She's always smiling. But yeah, that's how I remember her from that World Classic show. But I'd say we look out for her. Savannah. The thing with Savannah is she has a beautiful look. I just think she's just a little too small. I don't think we have anything. I don't think she posted anything from Wasatch. But I think she was like seventh or eighth at Wasatch this year. So I think that's the. I mean, if she can just come in with a little more, I definitely think that she'll be in the top spots. I don't know if top five is going to be. So I think she can get like, I'd say fifth, eighth, most likely. Brittany Gillespie. I actually liked her look here. I mean, I don't know if she was just way too hard or way too conditioned. Let me see if there's anything from feedback. Say it. I honestly liked her look. I would have had her higher based off what I saw, but I don't understand how she got six. I mean, if there was a better explanation, I could probably understand. I think maybe if anything, she's just a little too. She just needed to control her front abs, and then but back is just like very good as long as she doesn't come in way too hard or way too soft and just nails it. I think maybe if I'm seeing this right now, it's maybe posing thing. But Britney's one, I'd say like crazy structure that can be in the top mix. And she's very close to qualifying last year, and she did qualify last. She was close to qualifying like post Olympia, doing some of those shows, but it was just right there. She had done one more, I think she would have, but I felt like she was kind of tired, so then she stopped. But I definitely think now that she's getting, I think she gets a rhythm of things and starts building momentum. She'll gradually get better every show and definitely get a win. But we'll see how she does here. I do think she'll most likely take that third through fifth place spot. That's where I would have her. Peyton. Now she has a really great look. She has a like your eyes go to her because she just has this like striking look to where like darker hair, like the suit, the hair, everything you look at her. I think the biggest issue is just going to be, keeping her waistline tight. She does have a thicker waist. Much better here at Wasatch than she did at San Diego. I did have her placing high at San Diego, but I think she got like eighth, if I remember. Um, just needed to fill out her frame a little bit. She is one of those shorter girls. Calves are good. Calves are another thing, but just it matches with her legs. So about keep bikini is about keeping everything balanced. But great stage presence. Love her hair. It's just going to be in her front pose. Like here in San Diego wasn't the best, and I can see why when you're comparing her to the top girls. But here she's a lot more tighter. But I definitely think that she'll be four, like in that 4-5 range. She has like the potential to be top five here. I don't want to say win it, but I definitely say top 4-5. Right. We'd already talked about Eureka and Alice. Tiana. This was backstage. I still think that because she's really young and she has a lot to grow into, in just maturing, I definitely think it's just gonna be a matter of when. But I'd say that she's one to look out for. I mean, she could surprise and land in the top five. Well, that's actually a lot. I mean, she has a big fan base, but it's just, with her, it's just a matter of time. Just more work in the gym and, definitely hitting that stride and just a matter of when. Honestly, beautiful look. Love the hair, love the suit. One thing she's worked on is minimizing her arm movements and just filling out her frame. She has a shorter torso and longer arms, so she's got to make sure that she doesn't, wave a lot. But I just think a couple posing tweaks for her. That's it. And I don't think she needs to come in way any more tighter than she already is. Like this is pretty good, but it just feels like a couple things, and especially who you're up against. I mean, what she was up against in Optimum was a pretty tough line. Although I would say I would have moved her up. I don't know if she was like ninth. I would have moved her up within top six, like 6-7 ish. That's just me. Not because I favor her, but I feel like when I saw the other girls, I was kind of like, There was a lot of calls I didn't agree with. Sorry. All right. With that being said, let's go into predictions. Let's do this. Okay. Part of me, I want Alice to win. It's like between Alice and Eureka, I'm gonna probably go Eureka, Alice. I'm gonna go Judy. I'm gonna go Brittany. I'm gonna go Peyton. Who else is on that list? Damn, this is where it gets tough. I think sixth. Oh yeah, Savannah. 7 through 10. That's where I'm gonna have issues. Tiana. I think Tiana could be sixth. Damn. I'm gonna have to look at them again. Tiana, because Tiana was fifth and Savannah was lower, so I'm gonna go Savannah. Damn, this is tough. Mm, Aaron, Erica. Wait, I'm gonna look at Fato again. She has a great look. I mean, she got top 10 at her first, and her like second or first. Here we go. Ridiculously small waist. I just think presentation, great physique on her. I just think that because she's longer, she has to have this upper body kind of match lower body. Maybe I'm wrong. Fato. Honestly, this is very good physique. She's taller and longer, so she just has to work on presentation. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna put her 10th. I just think she has a great structure. It's no knock against anyone. It's just gonna come down to who nails it. But I'm pretty good with these picks. I mean, I'm probably gonna get it wrong. It's just like I said, I do them for fun. Maybe I think every time I do these, I mean, people, you see your bro chats, you see those guys on other people, they do the predictions and stuff. I just do it because I just like, okay, am I seeing things right? Maybe, like I said, what you see in the show is not gonna what I see in pictures and videos. I just kind of think, how is this person going to compare to like the top 10 girls? They don't all have the same structure, but like, who are they close to? Who are they close to criteria wise? That's why I do those. But anyways, I'm going to post this video, and then my next video, I'm going to be previewing junior essays. I'm going to be talking about some of the girls and their strengths and what are some things that they could work on when they go into trying to go for the pro qualifier, do well in the pro league. I'm excited about that because y'all sent me a bunch of lists, and Corey Hagman actually sent me one of her athletes, and I will have my episode with Corey up soon. I think next week. I actually wanted to post that, but I had to do a couple editings and do a different intro. And I always do an intro for all my guests, just a good 30, 45 seconds. Let you guys know about them a little bit, and because I just kind of want to make my podcast, the GTE podcast, unique and do things differently. And I ask questions that maybe people don't think about. And I would look at interviews that other people have done and go, okay, what did this person say? Did I ask this question? Or I don't want to give my guest a question or, that they've already answered in the past. But yeah, I'm going to have that up. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I mean, I'm excited for Fit Model and seeing how things are going to go, especially with, national shows happening now, to see where that division is going to lead to. I just think right now, I'm going to cover it, but it's just going to be what's the theme and what are the judges really looking for, especially with your Tylers, your Sandys, your Beckys. And, when they have it at the Olympia in the following year, because right now we have 2 or 3 Americans that are wellness pro, Angie and Emily. So I have to look at what they look at. And I mean, a lot of the girls have been impressing me that I've seen, even though we have not had many do shows, but I think it's going to be very exciting to see. And I'll talk about that in my next video. And if you guys like this video, please comment who do you guys want to see win, and who are some athletes that you want to see at junior essays. And I'll look through it and definitely will post it. And you guys take care.